Once upon a time in a small village there lived a man named Ralph.
He was known for being very lazy, but he always pretended to be the smartest man in the village. One sunny afternoon, Ralph was walking down the street carrying a basket of bananas. Suddenly an old woman called out to him. She was sitting outside her house with a crooked stick in her hand and a little boy standing beside her. "Hey, young man," the old woman shouted. "Can you help me carry this sack of potatoes inside?"
Ralph looked at the sack and immediately made a face. It was big, heavy, and dusty.
He wanted to say no, but then he saw the child staring at him with wide eyes. Ralph thought, "If I refuse, this little boy will tell everyone in the village that I'm weak." So, pretending to be strong, he agreed. Ralph bent down, lifted the sack with all his strength, and began wobbling toward the door. The old woman followed behind him, shouting instructions like a commander. "Careful with the wall! Don't step on the chicken! Move faster, faster!" The little boy found it hilarious and kept laughing, clapping his hands like it was a circus show. When Ralph finally reached inside, he dropped the sack on the floor with a loud thud. He wiped the sweat from his forehead and tried to look proud. "See? Stronger than 10 men, Ralph bragged Dot. But the old woman wasn't impressed. She opened the sack and pulled out, not potatoes, but old bricks. The little boy burst out laughing. "Uncle Ralph, you just carried rocks for no reason." Ralph's jaw dropped. "Bricks? Why would you keep bricks in a sack?" The old woman chuckled. "Because I wanted to test how helpful you are. Potatoes are still in the garden. You can fetch them too." The boy giggled louder, and Ralph felt tricked. But before he could complain, the old woman handed him a small coin.
"Here for your hard work," she said.
Ralph looked at the coin. It was so tiny it couldn't even buy a single banana. Feeling embarrassed but not wanting to look foolish, he gave the coin to the little boy. "Here, child, take this. Buy yourself half a candy," he said dramatically. The boy laughed so hard he almost fell over. The old woman also laughed, and soon even Ralph couldn't stop himself. He realized that sometimes being the smartest man wasn't important. What mattered was making others smile. From that day, the villagers teased him by calling him the brick carrier. Yeah, and whenever children saw him, they pretended to lift heavy sacks and stumble around, making everyone laugh.